Hi everyone, I hope everyone is doing very well. So welcome to Concept Capsule. In today's video, what topic we would be discussing would not be told by me but by my guest, that is Ganesh sir. So what are we discussing today, sir?
So we are talking about artificial intelligence, which is much talked about issue or a technology that we can say, and whole world is suddenly waking up to, and including India, and lot of things happening across globally as well as domestically. So for especially for the examination aspirants, it is a much very important thing to know
Needed
and
topic,
understand.
sir.
Yeah. So we can talk about it from the basics to advanced things, whatever that's going on. So hopefully it will be helpful for the students.
Correct, sir. Recently, the Global AI Summit in Paris, France has also ended. We'll also briefly touch that topic and what was the final conclusion of the topic or what finally came out of that summit also. That we would also discuss. In this entire video, I would kindly request you that throughout the video, please complete the video till the end so that you get answers to all the questions related to artificial intelligence. As sir has already told, from basics to advanced, and what currently is going in artificial intelligence would be covered in this session, which would be very beneficial for you. So sir, since you said basics, very basic question: what is the meaning of artificial intelligence? What is the evolution of artificial intelligence? And what are the models, LLM models, this technicality, if you can decode for me and for all the aspirants and students.
Yes, sir. So I'll briefly touch upon that. So the definition of artificial intelligence is it is simulating the human intelligence in the machines so that they can think, they can learn, and they can make decisions efficiently and effectively. That is a very simple terms we can put it. So when you talk about evolution of AI, people came to know about AI only in the aftermath of 2000 or maybe 2010. But the work was going on from 1950s onwards. Many computer science students would know Turing machines.
Yes, sir. Alan Turing during the World War II.
Yeah, Alan Turing was he pitched an idea about computers thinking like humans.
So to break the code of these Germans,
Yeah,
Enigma code, something like that.
so at that time, people laughed at him. How can machines think like humans? And later on, it was evolving. And in 1956, something there is a Dartmouth summit happened. In the Dartmouth summit, it is happened in New Hampshire, USA, where the term artificial intelligence was coined in 1956. Then onwards, there were many works happened in the field. In 1960, there was a chatbot called Eliza, which came out, and then in 1960s, there was something called perceptron. It was the first neural network emerged.
That sounds like Transformers.
Yeah. Even chat GPT, the term T is transformer only. Yeah. So perceptron was the first neural network that came in 1960s. And then onwards, internet evolution happened. And in 2000, there was a big data revolution happened. And especially in the recent times, if you see in 2016, Google and IBM were in the race, and Google developed AI tool called AlphaGo. AlphaGo was a big milestone because everybody was saying that artificial intelligence cannot break the human cognitive abilities. So there was a complicated game called Go. So it was just like similar to chess, but it is more difficult. So the AlphaGo system, it actually defeated one of the best players in the game Go. His name is something called Lee Sedol or someone. Then the world woke up to the surprise. No, this AI is something different. It is not something simple that we have thought about it. Then in 2019, everybody knows Sam Altman came up and OpenAI evolved. And recently, the Chat GPT is making a lot of noise. So that is how we can trace the progress of AI. Now, there are many recommendation systems have come up, automated systems. Your Tesla is driving automated vehicles, and then security tools. So AI is much advancing now. Nobody has any doubt about what AI can do. Now we are talking about what all AI can do, rather than what AI cannot do. So that's how it's been evolved.
But sir, GPT did not pass the UPSC exam.
UPSC is not necessary to crack for everybody, at least. True. Yeah. And then to talk about some models of AI, earlier it was machine learning and neural networks came up, and then there is something called big data came up, and then deep learning systems came up, And now explainable AI is coming up. AI is not only making decisions, it's also explaining it. Why is it making it? That's a new thing. And then there is something called generic intelligence. It is also coming up. Artificial generic. Generic intelligence means it is like behaving similar to humans. And then we have deep learning. Deep learning systems have come up. And then we have artificial intelligence in combination with quantum computing. Artificial intelligence combination with AI, robotics. So these are the different models of AI getting evolved, and maybe we can expect something unimaginable to be done in the future terms. So that's the brief about beginning and evolution of AI.
So, sir, you have touched on a lot of things, how AI has evolved. So, if I come to the current juncture, or the current trends, I want to understand what is currently going in the terms of the Stargate project, around $500 billion, and then DeepSeek, which is, it was made around by, I always say, sir, it was a sidekick of a, hedge fund manager. And in sidekick, he created this project, which is less than $6 million. So this shows that, at one place huge amount of money is being spent, and at the same time China has shown that even with a very less amount of money you can create AI. So from economic perspective, where is AI moving, and what is the latest update overall, sir?
So it's a very important question. So Stargate, as soon as Trump came to power, and this OpenAI founder Sam Altman went to him and he has proposed the much aspirational project, AI project, which is called Stargate. So it is the project initiated by the partnership. It is not government driven. Basically, it is
China is government driven.
China is government, but the US Stargate project is about OpenAI founder that is called Sam Altman, and there is SoftBank based out of Japan is also partnering it, and there are many other Oracle also coming there.
Yes.
And
All tech bros.
Yeah. So all these companies have come up and they have planned a project called Stargate, which is worth of $500 billion estimated to be. What is it? They're basically establishing vast infrastructure to train AI models, to train AI systems. AI systems need to be trained. So if you talk about investment in AI, sir, there are three things. One is infrastructure. Infrastructure means there should be enough number of semiconductors.
Correct.
And high processing ability, the machines with high processing abilities.
High energy requirement.
We measure it in GPUs, graphical processing units, high processing ability.
Which NVIDIA creates, those chips.
Exactly. So the semiconductor units and high processing ability machines and energy.
Correct.
Apart from that, training expenditure. We have to train those systems. Correct. So all this is very much required to develop an AI model. So this Target is going to set up such a huge infrastructure, which is not only pertaining to one specific project, but it is going to help all startups, all companies which are based out in USA to make use of that infrastructure and come up with their own AI models. That is a very ambitious project, and Trump is saying that government is not spending even single penny for the project, but he is saying government will facilitate them by giving them enough amount of energy. See, to run this big data center, they require efficient, they require cheaper energies and continuous energy system. So,
but sir, I'm sorry cutting you, but then again Trump is focusing back on fossil fuels.
Yeah.
So don't you think at artificial intelligence, I'm cutting you, sorry, at one time you're talking about superb and great technology of the future, but at the same time we have stopped thinking about climate change. I know this is a separate topic, but so we are rampantly going ahead in one technology, but at the same time on climate change we are going backwards, I feel.
So the thing is, now this phase is called as AI arms race.
Okay. Yes.
So when we are in the race, we forget about the global good.
Yes, correct.
We talk about only nation good. Yes. So we are in the era of conservatism. We are in the era of extreme nationalism. So that is what he has come up with, right? He wants to make USA the global leader in the AI. In fact, supreme leader in the AI.
Hegemony, absolute hegemony.
Exactly. He has come out of the climate pact. USA has withdrawn from the climate pact. So he has least concern about what fossil fuels can bring in terms of pollution, whatever it is. So he is kind of by hook or crook, he wants to create a dominance of USA across all sectors. Same discussion happened with respect to cryptocurrency also. To mine cryptocurrency, they require a lot of GPUs. Same thing. And the same machines need a lot of energy. Again, many countries discontinued or banned mining because they consume a lot of energy. It will in turn impact the pollution. But USA is not doing that. He is also supporting blindly the
Yes, yes.
cryptocurrencies. He also supporting blindly the
Sir,
artificial intelligence.
when Trump won the election, that Bitcoin has, gone so up.
He has also created his own coins, meme coins.
Meme coins. Right, right, right. Even his wife's meme coin had come and it was trending higher.
So to add to that, sir, we talked about DeepSeek also. So Stargate project is ambitious, $500 billion, and USA was dreaming about he is the only one who is going to
Yes,
rule.
yes.
And suddenly, all of nowhere, DeepSeek came up.
True.
So DeepSeek, what is it? It is also equally efficient AI model, which was you can equate it to ChatGPT with equal efficiency but lesser money. So, as per the estimates, to train the AI model, which is ChatGPT, they have spent nearly $100 million. But for the same thing, for DeepSeek, it took only $6 million. So that is how efficient it is, that is how cheaper it is. So USA is now feeling the heat. So this DeepSeek movement, they are calling it as a Sputnik movement in the AI technology. So USA is feeling the heat that no, there is one more competent. Earlier it was Russia, now it is China. So to adding to the competition of France, President Macron is also saying that he is also going to invest some $112 billion, which is almost equivalent to the US investment. So he will also contribute to the aid. So we are now in global AI race. It's not about innovation. It's not about technology. It is about scaling the technology. How much can you capture? It is nothing but technology colonization. You can talk about like that. Earlier industries invented when the steam engine is invented. Those European countries wanted to acquire as many countries as possible. Now the same thing is happening with respect to technology and economy. So now they are focusing on scaling. Whoever is going to scale it, he will be the king. That is why USA has come a $400 billion huge investment, huge infrastructure, so they can acquire the world in terms of technology. So that is the kind of race that is happening in the current times.
So, sir, after the DeepSeek movement, which you said Sputnik movement, there's a realization that many countries have started thinking if China can do it, so we can also do it. And for DeepSeek, it's an open code. But the question remains, they said that they did under $6 million. The problem with DeepSeek is that, first of all, we don't even know that they did. How did they source those NVIDIA chips? Nobody knows. It was from black market or any other things. France has also come with their own, they're calling it Mistral. India is again, India was talking about AI, but after DeepSeek, everyone is. So are we in the sovereign AI race now? Sovereign. Every country, every country needs their own AI now.
So in the age of technology, the idea of sovereignty diminishes. Everything is exchanged everywhere. How will you draw the line of sovereignty? For example, DeepSeek, entire world is using it now. So it is now number one trending app in the app stores. So DeepSeek is being used across the world. Now entire world is putting its own data and asking questions. So now
And they're
China
giving
is
their data to China,
yeah,
sir.
where is sovereignty? Data sovereignty is much talked about issue. Again, it depends on, do we own our own data centers? Data protection is again a big issue in India. Do we own enough data centers so that we don't let our data to flow across the borders? We are not able to achieve it yet. So in terms of technology, the sovereignty is a very difficult thing to achieve. That is why these projects are coming up, ambitious projects, so that that is what I talked about, scalability. We will not rely on other hardware or other technology. We will capture the entire world. Entire data of entire world will be residing in our data center, so that we will dominate the world. So sovereignty, again, in technology, it is very I can't say that. Political idea of sovereignty is different. Technological idea of sovereignty is entirely different. So it is very difficult for emerging economies to compete for a technological sovereignty. Maybe in future it may happen. By that time there will be one more race would have been started. You would never know.
So, sir, since you said that AI is dependent on lot on energy, so do you also feel that this is a race between energy deficient versus energy rich countries? For example, 85% of the energy or the oil and gas India is importing. But in this race, if you want to go ahead in AI, again our dependence on energy increases. And since we are an energy deficient country, how would India would be, competing in this environment?
Sir, energy is secondary thing. Primary thing is technology and digital infrastructure. Do we have enough semiconductors? Do we
They're
have
trying to import, sir.
do we have enough processing ability? Right. So do we have enough processing abilities and do we have enough infrastructure to scale it? Technology, it may exist, but are we able to scale it? That is one thing. Energy is secondary thing. Of course, as you said, we are encashing our potential in the renewable energy. That again, we can explore different possibilities of energy, not only fossil fuel. Nuclear energy is there, and solar energy. India is global leader in terms of solar energy. We are exploring other aspects of energy also, and our carbon per capita is very less. If India wishes, it can also pitch into the fossil fuel. But in case of India, there are two challenges with respect to energy. One is we are in the we are in the middle of Make in India campaign. Recently, it has 10 years of tenure, and we want to make India a global leader in the manufacturing. Now produce for local as well as global. That's what we're doing. Correct. There also we are thinking about investing a lot of energy there. And parallelly, we are in the global race of artificial intelligence. Their data centers require a lot of energy. So India has to find out a sustainable and efficient ways of fulfilling the energy needs of both industries as well as data centers. And one more bigger challenge India is confronting is the hardware, that is semiconductor chips. Correct. And the computer.
So that we are trying to get from Singapore.
But sustainability, how sustainability is, unless you manufacture here, and also security. Right, there are many hardwares which are imported from China. They were speculated that they would have imported some technology, some software, so that it would gather some crucial data and would be transported to the China in many other ways. So our own data centers, empowered with our own hardware, will be more secure than the imported technology. So India is still able to find ways to get it done. Again, we are in the race, but we are far away from what USA and China are right now.
So, sir, so if I put that in a perspective, when it comes to manufacturing and, Trump has come and everything, so from the China +1 objective of manufacturing and India taking over those industries which move out of China, one is there we need to have energy for this. Second is that when it comes to artificial intelligence, software, technology, data centers, and then energy. So this is where India is currently in somewhere in between. Yeah. It's a tightrope to walk on both of them. Yeah. And we have to be successful also.
Yes. Infrastructure, technology, and third aspect is regulation. So India is pitching in all three ways. We want to have a regulated environment for the global good.
Sir, also in this tightrope, infrastructure and energy and everything, we also need to raise a huge amount of capital to make this happen.
Yeah, investment is necessary thing for anything that you do. Right. Even if it is Make in India, even if it is AI, it is a basic thing. Either the government has to come up with some its own investment models, or it has to attract the global investment. Again, a hurdle for this is due to protectionist attitude of the Western economies, the investment flow is also restricted. Right. So India has to find innovative means to generate its own investment or public investment, private investment, so that we are not deficient in terms of investment, along with infrastructure, energy, and combined with a global regulatory framework, so that we are not, we across all the countries, they are not falling behind the race, and they are not at a disadvantage to get the benefit of that emerging technology.
So just to add, just to ask you, for example, the Americans, Chinese, or the Europeans, they get interested to invest in our AI companies. What is better, to take the investment for them, or it should be more of a domestic kind like Chinese? In terms, since you spoke about sovereignty, technology and all those, because it's a AI race.
So China has huge money. They have huge capital. They are producing for the entire world. They have huge current account balance. So they can fund their own projects. But India, we are a welfare-centric economy or a governance model. So we are in the running. For government policies, we are running in the deficit. So I doubt that it could be entirely driven by public investment. Definitely, India has to pitch into its private investors. So recently, Mukesh Ambani has come up with an investment project of setting up a huge data center in Jamanagar in Gujarat. Yes. By buying semiconductors for NVIDIA. So we need private investors in terms of hardware, in terms of technology. So definitely India has to pitch in. Either it can be domestic, from the domestic investors to the foreign investors. India has to encash its advantage, because India has a huge technological pool of talented engineers. India also has more advantage in terms of energy. We are a leader, global leader in solar energy. Correct. We have many other energy potentials to be tapped. So India can utilize these advantages and attract the investment. Also, everybody knows that it's a cheap labor thing. Correct. And India is also looking forward to improve its ease of doing business. So in this,
We have improved.
yeah. So in this way, India definitely it would be able to attract investment unless those Western countries restrict their capital flow due to protectionist issues. India should be able to tap the foreign investment to boost its AI mission.
Correct. So, sir, you've told where is India stuck or what challenges India is facing in AI. So, right now, what initiatives India has taken?
Sir, before that, I would just brief about economic potential of AI, so that we can add it with the Indian initiatives. So, as per the some survey, by 2030, artificial intelligence can add up to 16 trillion worth of money into the economy. That
16 trillion.
Yeah, it is as good as
$16 trillion.
Dollars, yes. It is as good as improving the GDP, overall world GDP by around 45%. That much the potential the AI has. And in the AI race, as we all know, China and America are ahead. So, as per the reports, out of $16 trillion, $10 trillion would be in the hands of, or China and North America have the advantage of tapping the $10 trillion out of $16 trillion. So, that much inequality that is going to prevail due to AI technology. And apart from that, when you talk about India, by 2028, according to some estimates, India has an advantage of increasing the wealth by $1 trillion by tapping AI potential. So that is in brief the economic potential of India. Because how does economic potential work? AI is bringing in a lot of efficiency and regular work, which is very redundant works as well as complicated works. Both are automated in terms of AI systems and decision making efficiencies. Analyzing the data. For example, if a management has to take a call about releasing a product, recently Nike is suffering a lot due to its bad decision during the COVID times. So such decisions can be understood before any disaster happens, so that the management can take wiser decisions. So in that way, AI is going to revolutionize the business infrastructure. That is brief about economical potential that world has. When coming to India, India is also not leaving itself behind in the race.
Sir, as per some rankings, India is number 4 in the US is number 1 in AI race. US, China, UK, and India. India is on the number 4. Some like I wanted to just ask you, is it correct that India is actually on the number 4? Do you see, once you talk about those initiatives, have we taken such great leap or initiatives that we come on AI in number 4?
We cannot talk about the great leap initiatives are yet to come from any other country apart from US and China. Right? Maybe India has announced few big things, but it is yet to realize it. According to some data, for example, NASCOM, they have come up with an index, AI adaptation index or something like that. So it is saying that compared to 2022 to 2024, number of AI expert companies have doubled in India. Many startups have accommodating AI technology, right? So in that way, yes, we are adopting it very, very quickly. But big mega AI projects are yet to come up. That is why India is coming up with AI. What is that? AI mission, India AI mission. It is worth of around 10,000 crores. True. It was announced in the 2024. So in the 10,000 crore budget, they're investing nearly 4,000 crores to build infrastructure, as we discussed, data centers and importing semiconductor chips, those things. So India is coming up with ambitious plans to set up its AI infrastructure thing. Second thing is Niti Aayog has come up with a national AI strategy. So it outlines the government of India's framework about future of AI. And adding to that, there are many venture capitalists. They are coming up with innovative AI companies and infrastructure development. For example, our Bhavesh Agrawal, Ola CEO, he is coming up with $1 billion startup with respect to AI. As well as I discussed earlier, even Mukesh Ambani is setting up with the data centers. So there are many unicorns also coming up with AI. As per the data, around more than 90% of the companies, they have dedicated fund for AI technology to upskill themselves, to include AI technologies and hardware so that they can be more efficient. So India is, yes, it is ahead the race and it is in the race. That is domestically. Globally, there is a global platform for AI. India is a founding member for that. And there is a GPA, we call it in short form. The summit of GPA held in India in 2023. India pitched in for responsible AI in that summit. So India is becoming the leader. India is also one of the global leaders for AI. Of course, we are well behind China and USA, but still we are in the race. We have not given it up yet. And we are coming up with our own sustainable models so that our companies are not leaving behind, as well as investors feel our economy to be attractive so that they can come and invest in energy as well as semiconductor technology. So that's about AI in India.